Greetings, everyone. Whether you're seeing this now or if you're seeing it later. If you're seeing it later, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you would see the next time that I go live. Which isn't necessarily very often. It's whenever I feel like doing it. I'm putting together this goodie / gift bag for my nephew's girlfriend. And she's really into crystals but I think I've dropped some on the floor. Oh, here it is. So I'm putting little cute things inside for her. She is about to graduate nursing school. She decided to go the LPN route instead of going straight for her degree in registered nursing. I can understand that. And I can appreciate it. And I wanted these to smell good, so I put some of those downy, comfy, cozy beads inside these little things. I decided to put some of those in there so they would smell really good when she gets them. I think she's going to love them. You know, she's into fashion and stuff. So, and they're really pretty. I actually bought them for myself, but I decided to share. I guess you can say that. I don't know if you can see that. I bought them because of the feathers. And I'm not undecided or anything. They have cute little shells. Greetings, Zach. How are you? I'm just going to be talking about pyramid scams, but I was just sharing that I am putting together a goodie bag for my nephew's girlfriend. I am well today. I appreciate you asking, Zach. I appreciate that. But I'm putting together these little goodie bags for, as I said, my nephew's girlfriend. She's getting a crystal that I recently received, and this heart crystal. So, and it's a couple more goodies I'm going to be putting together while I'm talking about pyramid scams, okay? This video, greeting Holly, this video is for educational purposes only, so don't get into your feelings or anything like that. Gratitude. I'm giving her one of these bracelets. It's made of natural crystals, onyx, and I'm not selling anything. I'm not selling these bracelets. I'm simply sharing. This has onyx and I think ocean jasper, which I think will help her on her journey. And I got some other goodies like amethyst necklace I'm going to be sending to her this come Monday. So regarding the pyramid schemes, there are a lot of them going on, and we can't necessarily stop it. People are always going to be who they are. Like, that's just what they are. They can't change that the fact that there are crooks or thieves or however you, scumbags, however you decide how you label people who steal from others. Now, me personally, I've been involved with cryptocurrency, gold, silver, platinum, different types of organizations, including selling stuff. Like, let's say I was selling this product and I was going door to door and I was selling it to you. This is the stuff that I'm putting in the bag so they can smell good. So, and I've been an entrepreneur since, I would say, the late 90s, because I moved, that's when I lived on the East Coast. And I moved up north and I immediately got into, it was a company called Cutco. And I replied to the ad, like 20 people showed up to be selected, and I was one of the ones that were selected. They always said that I was a go-getter, like I'm going to do amazing. I've done that, Cutco, I've done, it's like a healthcare product, like a nutrition. I think it's called NutriFast or something like that, right? I can't remember because it's been over 20 years, but I used to do that. I've done Avon twice, um, because I'm all about working for myself. I haven't worked for anyone in well over 20 years since I come to California. I don't work for anybody else. Everything I do it for myself. So today, while I'm in the kitchen loading my dishwasher, and I'm getting ready to feed my cats because I don't have kids. I got fur kids. So I was getting ready to feed them, and I hear this noise outside, which for me is kind of uncommon because it's a Saturday. And I noticed that there were workers outside, and they were like blowing the leaf blower, cleaning everything up or whatever. But I did not see the head of the pyramid, if that makes sense. Like, there's a landscaper, like he has a landscaping business, and he has like 10 workers. But because he is the head honcho, he started the company. That, like, therefore, let's say this is the pyramid. He's right here where my two fingers touch. That's him. And he hired other people to do landscaping all the way down. And underneath him is probably someone that he really truly trusts to keep those people, like, you know, I don't want to say in line, but making sure they do what they're supposed to do. So like I said, I looked outside. The whole point of this video is not to be drawn out. There are pyramids everywhere, wherever you work. Even if you are a business owner, you are a part of a pyramid. Why? Because you're at the top of this pyramid. Simple as that. You contract people, to work under you. That's a pyramid. If you work at fast food and you are a cashier or you're a cook, wherever you are in that pyramid, you're probably right here. Maybe you made it to manager. I don't know. But it's still a pyramid. It's everyone's a part of one. Even if you don't want to be a part of one, you are a part of a pyramid, especially if you work for somebody else. Again, this video is not going to be drawn out because I'm already getting bored with this topic. But I'm going to just throw this in for anyone that does decide to subscribe and like and all that great stuff. Not every company is a scam. Not every company. I personally don't like to sell products. Like, I don't like to do that. I don't like it when people that I'm trying to help in this simulation, I don't want them to buy stuff from me. I don't want them to waste their money on products. Like, I want to empower that person to be their own boss, and while doing that, you have an appreciating asset in your life, and this, I don't know how to explain it other than what I've already said, which is I don't like to sell products. Like, I'm putting together these goodie bags for my nephew's girlfriend. It's kind of like a graduation present, it's kind of like that. But I do sell products on eBay, but I don't promote them like this. Like, I don't say, hey, I have this bracelet, I want you to buy it. I don't sell my goodies like that. I just don't. So the whole point, as I said, not every opportunity is a scam. Not every opportunity is a scam, but you are part of a pyramid regardless if you want to be a part of it. If you're making money, it doesn't matter if you're your own boss. You're a part of a pyramid. So those of you who are not wealthy, like your cash flow is just flowing, and it doesn't matter if you're your own boss or if you work for somebody, try not to say no to what you don't know. If someone says, hey, do you look for more ways to make money from home? And you say yes, the person is going to show you the opportunity. You only are supposed to join if you are ready to be a part of it. I mean, you have the right to back out, of course. Just don't say no to what you don't know every single time. Because not everything and not everybody is out to scam you. Not every company is like that, but there are plenty of pyramid schemes on this planet. Somebody's always running something. Um, I know I made a video that wasn't live, and I showed you my wallet. I always keep a piece of gold, a piece of silver, and a piece of copper near my paper money. Like, I just keep it near it all the time. So one, so I don't ever go broke, if that makes sense. So, and I have my wallet here. I'm just a little concerned if it's going to slide if I open it. So I may just make that a thumbnail, but I've made a video like that before where I show you the 1 ounce of silver, I show you the ounce of copper. I've shown you those things. So as I said, not every pyramid is a scam. As I explained to you, there's workers outside my home right now, and they're leaf blowing a landscaping company, but they're independent. They're not how do you say it? A big box enterprise. They're not like that. They're a small business owner. And I could ask them right now to do something for me, even though they're not here for me, and I could pay them in cash. And they would do it. Especially the ones that don't own the company. I would pay them in cash, like, hey, when you get done doing your work, and before your boss comes through, would you like to do this? Chances are, if the boss knew about it, the boss would want a piece of his cut. Because his job is not only to do landscaping, but also to recruit more business to them. And I wouldn't care. I would still ask them if they want to do it because they're doing this, side, or the other around my home. But not every opportunity is a scam, and not every scam is an opportunity. So you just have to just be aware of that. So I'm so eager to show you the gold and the silver. Let me see what I can do. Again, this is my wallet, and it's always bulging because I keep these inside of my wallet. So, okay. Keep that in my wallet, and I keep my key fob in there. Anyways, if you are interested in making money from home, again, I'm not selling you anything. I'm just simply telling you that not every pyramid is a scam. You are part of a pyramid regardless if you want to be a part of it or not. If you go to work for somebody else, you're a part of a pyramid. If you have your own business, you are part of the pyramid. You're the top cheerleader, or we'll just go with cheerleader. So, as I said earlier, I don't sell products. I don't sell products to people. I sell opportunities to them if they want to get started. But I will never sell you any type of lotions or anything of that nature. If you are interested in basically exchanging your paper for authentic silver and gold, you are in the right place. There is no scam. You can Google the company. You can tell the cows come home. You can talk to them. I keep this one in my wallet because of the shamrock. My husband was born on March 17th. And I keep copper in my wallet. And you can get these for less than $3. So again, I won't try to promote you any type of business, products. I don't do that. I have my own store online, but it's not for it's for the public, but you gotta find it basically. So I only deal in gold, silver, and cryptocurrency. That's it. If somebody asked me and they said, Tiffany, do you look for more ways to make money from home? And I would say yes. I would say yes, send me the information so I can check it out. That's what I would do immediately. So once they do that, I will either text them, email, or call them and say, Either I'm interested or I'm not interested. How do I get started? No, that's not for me right now. But gratitude for sharing the information with me. It doesn't mean it was a scam. It just means that I am looking for more ways to make money from home. But that's not what I want to do. So I'm going to end the video here. But if you're interested in exchanging your dollars, your paper currency, regardless of wherever you live, well, it's available in 21 plus countries, then simply go to www.saveandsilverbythegram.com. Just like the landscapers that I told you earlier in this video, there's the guy that owns the company, and then he contracts men and women outside in the I should have bought my triangle over here. He owns the company, so he is at the top of the pyramid, okay? He's the top landscaper. He basically recruits people to work his company. That's what he does. Doesn't matter where you work. I don't care if you got your own business. If your business is booming and it's successful, you're going to eventually have to hire somebody underneath you. And then they may bring somebody in, and so on and so forth. So if you're seeing this video and you're thinking about doing any opportunity that has come across your email, maybe you Googled it, maybe you saw a YouTube video, do yourself the best service that you can do yourself. Check out their information. I don't care what they're promoting, but check it out. And then what people love to say, research, my God. And do your research on that company, and you decide if you want to be a part of it. You make that choice, but you're not going to lose. You're not going to lose anything if you're getting a physical asset in your hand, especially if you come in as a customer. But if you want to do the business part of it, you can do that too. But you can decide, because yes, there are pyramid schemes out there, but not everybody is out there to steal your money. If it sounds too good to be true, then chances are there's a possibility that it is true. It is true. So, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it is, And it took me years, I'm like at least 2 decades to find this opportunity here. It's low risk. You exchange your dollars. Well, I've told this story before. When I got started with Quicksilver, my cousin sent me the information. My family, my blood, they sent me the information. I checked it out. And I really had a lot on my plate at that time, but I signed up as a customer. So yes, my cousin will earn money because she told me about the opportunity. She did. And that's fine. Why not? Plenty of people get online and they talk about, I will never forget that. Whenever that chicken place had that chicken sandwich, my people were all over the internet promoting it for free. For free. They were doing that shit for free. That company made millions that weekend, if not billions, because you got online and said, oh my God, you got to go check this new chicken sandwich out. You didn't get $1 for that. You didn't get nothing. You didn't get 10 cents. You didn't get a free sandwich. You didn't get shit. But you made them millions and billions of more dollars. So try to look at your opportunities differently. Not everything is a scam. Not everything. As I was saying, my cousin sent me the link. I signed up. I signed up as a customer. I didn't want to do the affiliate part of it because I was already doing other projects. Kind of like you're busy, but at the same time, I was waiting for this opportunity to come down the pipe, and that was over 5 years ago. The company is celebrating its 6th year. But less than 24 hours after me signing up as a customer, I started looking at the company more. I started looking at it more. I was like, wait. You don't got to buy a package. You don't got to do this, that, or the other. I was like, okay. And I switched. I signed up because I was going to say yes to myself, and I was saying yes to my younger cousin. And she wouldn't bring garbage to me. She just wouldn't bring garbage to me. So less than 24 hours, I switched over. I emailed the company and I said, I signed up as a customer under my cousin, but I want to switch it. I want to do the affiliate. They said, no problem. Let me send you. I can fix it in the back office, and then you can log in. I said, okay, great, no problem. I appreciate you. And that was 5.5 years ago. The company's been around since for 6 years, and I've been in for about 5.5, since almost the start of the company. And they like I said, it's been, you might as well say it's 6 years, and that company is nothing like Carrot Bars. People like to hate on Carrot Bars. Carrot Bars could still be here. Carrot Bars could still be here had they not gotten greedy. They started off just like Quicksilver, with just simply saving and earning, saving and earning, saving and earning. Everything was perfect. But then they introduced too much products. They went from simply having gold to having cryptocurrency. That one should have never taken effect. They went from, then they added cell phones. Then they were selling these packages that had more cryptocurrency in it. And I can't remember everything, but I don't look at that opportunity as a negative. Because of that opportunity, I was already interested in any type precious metals opportunity. So, that being said, 5.5 years later, I still have the same gold and silver that I had 5 to 6 years ago. I never took it to a place to sell it. I never swapped it out for anything. Like, none of that. I never did any of that. I still have it. And sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I will give somebody an ounce of silver. And I try to pick the ones that I had the longest ago, because when I got into this company, I was paying like under $20 for an ounce of silver. That was 5.5 years ago. Today, an ounce of silver is like almost $50. So I don't sell it. The only thing that they've brought into this company, which is new, are the Niji coins, the Indian American coins. That's the only thing. That, and they brought in platinum, up in small affordable increments. Not, oh, you got to buy the whole brick. And they do a lot of promotion, especially if you're new. Right now, they're doing one where you get it for like $7 or something like that, and which is really good. They also do promotions where if you do this, that, or the other. And I know the guy who actually that earned 2 kilos of silver, and they look like little gray bricks, and he earned that. Will he ever get rid of it? Probably not, because you can't pay for anything with basically a kilo of anything. You can't. They don't have change for that. They don't have change for that. So that's why the paper dollar was actually invented, or it was actually created, or whatever. Because way back in the day, when they only had gold and silver as a commodity, so they decided to make it more accessible. And I don't have my silver certificates over here. Everybody knows, but if you don't know, now you know. Our paper money used to be backed by silver. Now it's backed by nothing. So, this was probably, I forget, it was probably like 2018, it's probably like 2019. And my husband was still here at the time. And I went to the store because I told him I wanted to go pick up some things at a store that's located, well, it used to be located in Cathedral City, California. I went to go pick up things. I left out of here with $60. And I looked at the cart. I didn't know what I really bought other than the toilet tissue and things like that, right? Paper money, if you have it in your hand, you're going to spend it. Like I said, I've had these coins for 5.5 years. And while I'm holding them, they're earning money. They're appreciating. They are appreciating. Your paper money, let's say it's $20, let's say it's $100. Is that $100 bill worth more than it was the day that you earned it 5 or 6 years ago? Or is it 120, 130? It's not. But these, again, I got them for less than $20. And that was back in I think it was like 2018, 2019. And now they're worth 50. I think the spot price is close to $50. Depends on where you're going to get it from. So just to end this video here, not every pyramid is a scam. And everyone on this planet that generates income, you're part of a pyramid. Hell, your job, I guarantee your job, if you work for a law firm or if you work for entry-level jobs, I guarantee you, you're not making the same amount of money that the CEO or president is making. They may come around every so often, pat you on the head, you're doing such a great job, you're making me so much money. Some companies, like the company my husband used to work for, they will break off a bonus check at the end of the year. And we just looked at it like, my husband was amazing at his job. He saved that casino, I would say, close to $1 million in a single night. That was just one night out of nearly 20 years, almost 20 years. And they didn't award him when he caught the card counters. They didn't appreciate him. And when he died, they didn't know and they didn't care to know. They didn't send me a card. The cards are like $2 for $1 today. I got this card ready for my grandmother. She's going to be turning 92 in June. In a couple more weeks, she'll be 92. I bought the card on Walmart.com. It could have been cheaper if I would have actually went to the store and bought it. But I'm okay. The card doesn't cost that much. Back in the day, they used to be very expensive. And I got it already addressed. It's ready to go. But when my husband died, that company did not care. They had already posted his job in the newspaper, the virtual newspaper. So, and he was making pretty decent money. He was, enough to pay our mortgage and things like that. But he never made, the company wouldn't let him make more. Because they added a stipulation to their department. He worked in surveillance, meaning he was the eye in the sky when you go to casinos. They said in the new contracts that happened, maybe 2005, 2006, something around that time, that you have to go above and beyond in order to get a raise. So when he caught that card counting ring, they didn't they admitted they saved them millions of dollars in a single night. That wasn't considered above and beyond. And I made a video about that too, and I showed the certificate that they sent. I don't think that even if they included $1,000, which they didn't. Don't you think if they actually cared about their employees, they would have given him 10% of the money that he saved them, which would have been about $100,000 in a single night. But they didn't. So, I will put the link in the description box if you are interested. And I absolutely love this company. Quicksilver, may you never, ever, ever expire. Like, go out of business. Why? Because I don't have to listen to the chatter. Oh, I'm excited. I'm going to do this. And you never sign up. See, that was another downfall with Karatbars. And I may even put Karatbars in the title. Because there are a lot of people who they agree with me. The company would have been just fine had they stayed in their own lane. They were doing too much. But this one, you don't get my contact information, like my cell phone number or any other contact, until you actually sign up and you start saving. Like, again, in 6 years, 5.5, 6 years, I've been in this company. And I have the same gold and silver that I had before. This video could go on for a long time because I am very, very, very passionate about this topic. I'm very passionate about this topic. Because them dollars that you work for, you kill people for, you kill yourself for it, it's worth nothing. It's just a means of exchange. Just, that's all that it is. So if anybody on this planet that sees this video that can show me where any dollar has appreciated, I would say let's just keep it simple, has went up by 10%. If you have a $100 bill and you've had it in your bank account for the last 5 or 10 years, let me know if that $100 is worth $110. Just let me know. Because if you let me know that, in any country, I will shut down my YouTube and I will leave Twitter. Because I already left the other social medias and I was perfectly fine when I did. But until somebody can tell me where that dollar is worth more, that it's actually appreciating. And those who are currently millionaires and billionaires, we already know that there's going to be a global switch. And even banks are putting their money in gold and silver. Morgan Chase, whatever that bank is called. I don't deal with banks. You know, they move their assets into Ethereum, into cryptocurrency. And you can see that online too if you want. So I am going to end here. And just don't say no to what you don't know. On the website again is www.saveandsilverbythegram.com or www.mrs and then my name TiffanyMartinez.com. You won't be disappointed. Because even if the company went belly up, you will still have your silver, your gold, your platinum, your copper, and no one can take that away from you. No one. No one. Oh, one last thing about this. If I wanted to sell this and all the gold and silver, or if I needed money, if I needed paper money, I would take it to a place that will give me a loan on this money. See, most people are like, well, I can just take my TV. And your TV is, I don't give you pay $1,000 for it. The TV I have sitting in my living room right now, we bought that in 2012, I think, and I paid like close to $700 for it. I'll be, if I wanted to sell it, which I kind of do, because I don't really see TV, I'll be lucky if I get $50 for it. So, but if I decided to go to a pawn shop or go, well, I don't think they do that at gold and silver stores. But if I want to go to a pawn shop, just to keep it simple, if I want to go to a pawn shop and took them a stack of gold and silver, and they're going to ask me, do you want to pawn it or do you want to sell it? And I would say I want to pawn it. Why? Because even though it's sitting there in the place, in the pawn shop for 30 days, 60, 6 months, the silver is still going up. So the little bit of 1% interest that they're going to charge a customer, I wouldn't have a problem with paying it. See, chances are people are not going to go back for that TV. They're not going to go back. They're just not. But I promise you, if I was ever in that position, I would go back to get my stuff. They just holding it for me. But I wouldn't go back for something that's not making me money. I wouldn't go back for a TV. I wouldn't go back for a radio. I wouldn't go back for a musical instrument unless that musical instrument was making me money. I wouldn't go back for a stack of DVDs. None of that. I wouldn't. But I promise you, I'm going back for this gold and silver. I found this one on eBay. I don't know if you can see it, but I found this one on eBay, and it has the silver precious metal, the AG on it. I think this is the triquadra. I think. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is that one. It's hard to tell. Let's see. Oh yeah, I think this is that one. Yeah, it has a Celtic symbol on it. I think. Um, you don't have to just acquire your silver at Quicksilver. You can go get it wherever you want to get it. So that's going to be it. If you found this video useful or helpful, I know that it's going to be almost 37 minutes at this point. Kindly like, share, and subscribe. I didn't mean to go on this long. It's just I am very passionate about this. This is one of the most passionate things that I can talk for quite some time. But it's either you get it or you don't get it. Enjoy your day.